could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of...
What's going on, guys? Happy holidays. It is the weekend after Thanksgiving, and I am sure we are all looking back on our epic meals and thinking what a great time with friends and family, but probably feeling a little bit of, oh my gosh, what did I just do? What did I just eat? And if you're human like the rest of us, maybe sometimes your cheat meal turned into a cheat day, which turned into a cheat weekend. And if you follow me on IG, you know this happened. But in any case, it's no need to panic. Even us athletes, we go through those weekends, those ebb and flows, those living life day to day where there's friends, there's family, there's holidays, there's food. And you know what? You want to enjoy it. You want to enjoy life, and you want to enjoy that time. Now, everybody, even us athletes, go through the ebb and the flows of the holidays, the friends, the families, the get-togethers, the food, the parties. It's a great time of year, but it can also be a crazy time of year if you are trying to get back on track, if you're prepping for a show, and hopefully you don't have a show coming up right around this time, because that would be really hard to do around the holidays. But props to you if you do. But a lot of us have our season starting again in the springtime, sometimes the early spring, so you really have to buckle down now. So I thought I'd make a little video on some of my top tips of what you can do to get back on track after Thanksgiving and that time in between Thanksgiving and the winter holidays, where there's going to be a lot going on, and you're going to be faced with a lot of temptation and a lot of food. And like I always say, and you see me post on Instagram all the time, you really want to enjoy that. You don't want to have the regrets. You don't want to have the remorse, because you don't want to have that relationship with food. It's great to live that healthy lifestyle day to day, especially if you're prepping. And you know me, I follow the macro diet. I did intuitive eating for a really long time, but I like formulas, and so I love following a macro diet because then I know exactly what I need to do to hit my goals. Alright, so in any case, I wanted to give you some of my top tips of what you can do to get back on track right after Thanksgiving, and then hopefully you'll have enough time to start implementing those things right before the upcoming holidays that are right around the corner. So, number one, drink so much water. And I know you're probably rolling your eyes and going, oh, Sarah Beth, I've heard that a million times, I know that. But think about it for a minute. When you have that intake of that food, more than normal, different kinds of foods that you're not used to, it can really wreak havoc on your digestive system. So as you all know, water just really flushes everything out. It really just grabs onto those toxins, onto that extra sodium, onto just all that extra stuff that you don't want in your system, and helps draw it out. It's going to help reduce bloat. Now, at first it's going to feel really uncomfortable because you're going to be chugging that water and you're going to feel probably a little gross, but after a while, your body is going to get used to it. It's going to use the water properly as the day goes on. And it's also going to help those bowels. I'm just keeping it real. So it's going to help those move properly, and you'll feel better in no time. Number two, you want to get right back on track with your workouts. That doesn't mean don't enjoy the weekend or don't enjoy your family or your friends or if you're away, but you really want to use those calories for good, because the calories don't have to be a waste. You can go ahead and use that extra amount that you ate and use it for fuel for your next workout. So the tip is to really work your largest muscle group that day or the day after or the weekend after to really utilize those calories. As you know, legs is the largest muscle group, so it's going to take a huge amount of calories. So you're actually going to do your body good, and you're probably going to feel stronger and more energized in the gym after that big meal, because you're going to have that surplus of calories and fuel to gear towards your workout. If you're not going to be doing legs, then do maybe a whole body plyo workout, or do a full upper body circuit workout, but do something big in the gym to utilize all those calories. So I did legs the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm doing them again today, so Friday and Sunday. So I'll still be working through those extra stores that I have. I usually do legs, glute specifically, 2 times a week absolutely mostly 3 times a week. So I'm following my normal schedule anyway. So make sure you get to the gym, get back to your workouts, because you don't want to waste those calories. That could actually be really good for your gains. Number 3, get in a good sweat. I know I just said to go ahead and make sure you get to the gym and work out, but make sure you're sweating. There's something about sweating that's just so good for not only your mental state, but your physical state too. And by mental state, I mean that just getting in the gym, doing some cardio, getting in the sauna, getting that sweat going, it's not only going to help release the toxins, but it's almost like in my mind I'm thinking, okay, I can feel all that stuff just kind of coming out. I like to do steady state cardio when I really just want to work up a good sweat. I focus mostly on HIIT cardio, which I'm not doing a lot of right now in my off season. I'm doing it maybe a couple times a week, but when I do actually do cardio, it's HIIT cardio. But when I really want to work up a sweat, or if I'm just feeling kind of a little extra bloated, or like I'm retaining stuff that I don't want to, I'll just do steady state. Because as you know, steady state cardio is effective while you're doing it, whereas HIIT cardio is effective not only during the workout, but for hours and hours and hours and hours afterwards, because you're putting your body in that fat burning zone and you're utilizing EPIC. So steady state works up a really good sweat for me. It's kind of mindless. It kind of makes me feel like, oh, I'm just feeling so much better because I'm getting all those toxins out. I'm sweating them out. So work up a good sweat. If your gym has a sauna, hit that up too. It's relaxing. I don't know how long you can last in there. I don't last very long, but I feel like I'm doing something. So make sure you work up a really good sweat. Number 4, be prepared for the cravings. When you think of putting all that stuff in your body that you're not used to, your body is going to want that for days after. So be prepared and don't jump on that wagon of, oh my gosh, I gotta feed this craving. I'm craving sugar. I'm craving all this salt. So, all right, let me just give it to my body. Sometimes your cheat meal, like I said, might turn into a little bit of a cheat weekend, which isn't devastating. I mean, you can do that in moderation, but be prepared for your body to be craving all these crazy things that it hasn't in a long time. Sugar is one of the biggest culprits of that. My mom made chocolate, gluten-free Reese's peanut butter cake, and I indulged in it on Thanksgiving. No regret, no remorse, but the sugar cravings for days after were insane. And a little bit I gave into them, but I also found things that curbed those sweet cravings. So I was downing aminos like nobody's business. I was eating fresh fruit, but I knew it was gonna happen because I put the sugar back into my body that I didn't normally do during my normal diet. So be prepared for the salt cravings, the sugar cravings. You're gonna feel them. The best way to get over them is to, if you want to give your body a little bit of it and kind of wean yourself off, but just going cold turkey, because it's going to happen. Sugar is, like I said, such a huge culprit of doing this. So just be prepared for that, kind of mentally prep yourself, and then make sure you have some stuff in your fridge that you can help battle that. Like I said, fresh fruit, make sure you have your aminos with you, your water. Back to water, keep drinking your water. So just be prepared for that to happen. Okay, and number 5, last but not least, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't feel those regrets and that remorse. You don't want to look back and go, oh my gosh, and beat yourself up and why did I do that? Because you really want to be able to enjoy life and to be able to say, you know what? I had a great meal with great friends. That food tasted really good, and now I can just enjoy my healthy eating again. Because believe it or not, sometimes when you indulge like that, getting back on track the next day and eating clean feels so good. And you actually begin to appreciate your sweet potatoes and baked chicken again. As weird as that sounds, the next morning, like I showed you in my intro, I was so excited to have my gluten-free pancakes and my turkey bacon and my egg whites. It felt good, it felt comfortable, it felt like what I was used to, but I didn't look back on the night before and go, oh my gosh, I can't, like, what did I do? Like, who does that? You don't want to have that relationship with food. And guys, I know that's hard. I know when you live day to day as an athlete and you're tracking everything and you're going for your goals, I know it's really hard to not feel like, oh, I messed up. But you really have to work at that. That doesn't come naturally all the time. You really have to work on that mentality, like, you know what, I can go ahead and I can have a day and it's not gonna hurt me the way that I think it's going to, but use it, like I said, as the extra calories that you need for a great workout the next day, and then to help you appreciate the week of food ahead of you, that clean eating food that you're going to be prepping. And let me throw in a number 6, the last one. After that meal, make sure you write down and plan out the week ahead of all the food that you're going to eat, because like I said, those cravings are going to be there, the temptation of leftovers. Again, in moderation, if you feel like you can do that and enjoy it and get back on track, all right, go for it. By all means, we're all different. But I know for me, I wrote down all the meals I was going to have the upcoming week so that I knew the next morning waking up, okay, here's what I'm going to be eating. And even if I eat the same thing every day and I already knew it and I know my routine, I wrote it down, because for me, when I write things down, it's much more likely that's going to become my reality, because it's in black and white. It's there. I posted on my fridge, so I knew it. I knew going to the grocery store exactly what I would need. So, except for the M&Ms. That was kind of just a fun little research, I called it, because I wanted to report back to you guys how you could enjoy these little tasty treats and have it fit your macros. So it was all for you guys, so you're welcome. So hopefully these tips are helping you get back on track after this weekend. Again, I hope you had a great time. You have no regrets, no remorse, and you can get back on track this week and then gear yourself up for the holidays to come and be able to once again enjoy them and then get right back to it as soon as the new year starts. All right, guys, have a great week. I hope that you are excited to get back on track, and I'll see you guys soon.